Hello, someone probably asked you to take a look at something that they're very excited about, and it is my goal in the next few minutes to share with you a little bit of information about what they're trying to share with you. And first I will tell you, they're not selling anything. They're just really excited about this company, and the only way that you find out about it is word of mouth. And for some reason, your friend who is inviting you to look at it has had some sort of positive impact from learning about this whole raw food health system I'm about to share with you. First, my name is Rachel Garcia. I am a physician assistant. I've been practicing medicine in the state of Florida for 16 years. I also have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. I was asked to take a look at this by my brothers back in 2008. They wanted my opinion on the health aspect of what I'm about to share with you. Now, I will tell you that I had that year gotten very into health and wellness. Believe it or not, a lot of healthcare providers don't know a lot about nutrition. We know a lot about diseases and infections and what medications to give you for those diseases and when the body isn't working and what medications interact with different medications. But figuring out and learning why we actually have those and how they can be prevented by consuming things naturally was not something I had learned in medical school. So when my nephew was diagnosed with severe autism in 2008, that was kind of my catalyst into finding out more about whole raw food and how it can help you. I wanted to know why this little boy of 3 years old would never speak and why he would always have the mind of a 3-year-old. That's what the pediatrician told us. And I began to do a lot of research on autism, and I learned a lot about the negatives, or I should say the toxins in our current food supply, in our air and our water, things our grandparents and parents didn't have to worry about. And then I began to try to research getting really good nutrition into our bodies. Our bodies need food to function properly. And there's so many agricultural studies showing that the vitamin and mineral content of the food we're eating and growing now, even in organic soil, is greatly depleted compared to what was grown 10 to 15 years ago. So our children are not getting the same food we were getting when we were children. And this kind of sent me on a search for getting really good things into my family's body, which was very difficult, extremely overwhelming, and confusing. A lot of people say, oh, just grow an organic garden. I just told you our soils aren't growing and producing the same food that it did 15 years ago. And even if you grow a totally organic garden, rain falls on your garden and you don't know where that rain and what's in that rain from whatever they sprayed on their garden over there. Plus you can't grow omega-3s in a garden. And so I was kind of piecemealing our nutrition regimen for multiple different companies. I would go into Whole Foods and there would be, 10 different sources of omega-3s, and rather than say eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or rather than ask the 19-year-old behind the counter who makes minimum wage, I would go home and research. And then I'd make up my mind and then I'd go forward. And I know most people don't do that. They say eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or I like the red one with the leaf, and they just go with that and don't usually see massive changes. I was so blown away with what I saw when my brothers asked me to look at this. This whole raw food regimen is based on literally centuries of research teaching that if we cleanse our bodies of the toxins, balance our pH and get alkaline, balance our hormone levels, and build ourselves up with good nutrition, our miraculous bodies that we live in don't have to be sick. And I believed in this. And what really interested me was that this philosophy was utilized in a clinical practice with this whole raw food system I'm about to walk you through. And being a clinician myself, when I saw that it had been used for 30 years in a clinical practice, I said, I can't out-research that. And so I got involved, just like that. I saw it as a shortcut for me. I saw it as an easy way to get good nutrition in my family. So this is an online membership club. It's like Amazon. You're a member of Amazon, right? It's like Amazon. That's all it is. I don't sell you anything. Your friend isn't selling you anything. We're just telling you about it because we've had tremendous results and we're really glad we were told about it. See, I didn't think I was going to have tremendous results because most people who supplement, they don't. They're just like, yeah, I'm pretty healthy. I'm good. Well, you guys, within weeks, my sleep, that was the big one for me. My mind races at night. When I lay down, wake up at 2, racing again, I started getting the best sleep of my life for the first time in my adult life. Life-changing for me. My 3-year-old's horrible constipation issues resolved. My husband, who struggled with severe depression, the depression totally lifted within weeks of being put on this whole raw food regimen. I didn't want him on the antidepressants. We've all seen the ads, right? 10 seconds of benefits, 35 seconds of side effects. I'm a prescriber. It's true. I'd rather deal with the scary depression than that. And so that was a huge marriage-saving change in our family. But then my nephews started speaking. My nephew started speaking, the one who we were told would never speak. And that was when I realized, shame on me if I don't share it. It's now been 8 years. I have now seen thousands and thousands and thousands of people get off prescription medications. This was not cooked up in a lab medicine. There's a lot of new stuff out there. Oh, it's been cooked up in a lab. Oh, look at our studies. You cannot beat centuries of whole raw food nutrition, and that's what we have here. Pure, potent, doesn't necessarily taste good because there's no sugar in it. In America, we want a quick fix and we want sugar because we like sugar. Well, there's no sugar in anything I'm about to walk you through. This is going to be very brief. My goal is just to point you towards this information to find out if you want to learn more, and then I'll show you where you can get more information afterwards. So here's the philosophy. If you cleanse your body of toxins, balance your pH, and build your cells up with good nutrition, you don't have to be sick, okay? Here's our cleanse. This is plant and herbal-based cleanse based on Chinese medicine. It is a dropper full of bitter tasting stuff. They have it in a capsule form for people who can't handle the liquid, but I'm just going to tell you, your body absorbs liquid faster and knows what to do with it. It's not meant to be this, a lot of women are like, oh, I'm looking a little pregnant, let me do a cleanse. It's meant to cleanse all 7 channels that we eliminate through. Our lungs, our liver, our skin, our kidney, our lymphatic system, our blood, and our intestines. There are no explosions. There's no more magazines in the bathroom. All this stuff gets out. We cleanse the oil out of our cars every 3 months, you guys. But we don't think about our bodies. We've all lived through the era of putting saran wrap on food and sticking it in a Tupperware container in the microwave. We are toxic and it's hurting us. And if you think it's not, take a look. Talk to the teachers who've been teaching for 15 years. It's affecting us very negatively. Go to a cancer hospital. It's a problem. We have a problem going on. Got to cleanse, balance, build. This is usually 7 days out of the month, every night before you go to bed. Let's talk about balance for a minute. Okay, most women that I know are up by 5 or 6 in the morning and they stay up till 1 in the morning. Okay, we have laundry, we have work, we have kids, we have homework, we have meals, running, okay? And then we're stimulating all day long to make it on 5 hours of sleep. Coffee, sodas, whatever your stimulant of choice is. Then by the time you're 35, your thyroid's out of whack, your adrenal glands aren't working, or you have chronic fatigue syndrome. And we say, what's wrong with us? What's going on? Well, or let's cut out your thyroid. It's not working anymore. Because that's what we do in America. We cut your organs out when they don't work anymore. We've got to get balanced. A Nobel Prize was won in the 30s showing that cancer cells cannot thrive in an alkaline, oxygenated cell. I think that's worth saying again. Cancer cells cannot thrive in an alkaline, oxygenated cell. How do you get alkaline? Well, first you become aware of what makes you acidic. Coffee, meat, dairy products, soda, processed food, sugar, plant-based products make you alkaline. Everything we have in this company makes you alkaline. This is our #1 seller. It's our balancer. It's called Goyin. #1 out of over 80 products. 5,000-year-old Chinese Asian herbal formulation of plants and superfruits. There was a clinical study published on this formulation showing that it caused less anxiety. People had less anxiety. They had more feelings of joyfulness. It calms you. I often say it's like drinking wine without the alcoholic effects. People call it marriage counselor in a bottle. If you are a rager, you're up 1 minute, down the next, yelling at your spouse, don't know why, screaming at people on the road, you probably need Goyin. And for that matter, let me just talk about the cleanse. If you only poop once a day, or worse, every other day, if you need coffee to get you going in the morning, or you need a nap every afternoon, or you're trying to lose weight and you can't, you need the cleanse. Okay, and the third category is building. We've got to build ourselves up with good nutrition. We've got to eat food, people, real food, and our food is deficient in nutrients. Lunchables isn't food, hot dogs isn't food, French fries aren't food, iceberg lettuce isn't food. How do you get it in? It's hard. We are 2-income households nowadays. Women are working. It's hard. I know it's hard. I was struggling with this back in 2008. We have a whole category of building products. I'm walking through with you tonight my favorite, what I call the 6 impact products. I've already touched on cleanse and balance. This is our daily build. It's a liquid vitamin. 1 ounce of this is pure plant nutrition. 40 vitamins and minerals, and you down it and it's in your cells within 18 minutes. It's not one of those tablets that sits in your intestines and you can see it on x-rays. Literally is absorbed immediately and you can feel it. We do not go on trips without this stuff, because if we do, we're one of those families, if you go to Disney World, and before we were on Cleanse, Balance, Build, we'd get a GI bug within 2 days. I mean, think of all the things you're touching there. It's disgusting. Not anymore, not with our Noni and our daily build and all the different things we use to build ourselves up. This is one of my favorite builders. It's a blend of the best chia seeds you can find. And yes, there's a difference. There's studies published showing how this is different from other sources of fiber out there. One serving gives you 5 grams of fiber. Okay, fiber has been shown to do so much, you guys. It can decrease triglycerides and cholesterol and blood sugar levels. It cleanses out the intestines. But the powerhouse here is the omega-3s. 1-2 tablespoon serving, and this is what it looks like. Kind of looks like pepper, tastes like nothing. You can mix it in any food you want. 1-2 tablespoon serving is equal to 12 fish oil pills. I was involved with a study with a pediatrician showing how it increased motor skills with children, increased their attention, increased their focus, increased their sleep, increased their pooping. With pediatricians, with pediatrics, it's all about pooping and whether or not they're eliminating the junk or not. This is massive. My kids take it every day. Another one of our builders is sulfur. This is a mineral that we used to have in our foods. They used to fertilize our fields with compost and manure. Now they use chemicals. So we're all deficient in this. This is organic sulfur, not sulfa, the antibiotic everybody's allergic to. This is sulfur. It detoxifies the liver and it decreases inflammation. So if you struggle with pain, if you struggle with inflammation, if you struggle with allergies, and asthma and pain, you need Mila, sulfur, and mangosteen. There's another video on that. If you do one or two scoops of this every morning, you can even put it in a neti pot and flush out your sinuses with it. It's just an essential mineral that we're all depleted in. It dissolves in warm water. And then the last building product is one of my favorites. It's called Energy. I wish they would call it Focus. It's a blend of B6 and B12 vitamins, all plants. Plant brain food, wheatgrass, spirulina, blue-green algae. It is meant to give you focus and clarity for 6 to 8 hours. Alkaline focus and clarity. It's meant to be a replacement of things like coffee and soda and all those other things people use to get through their days. That was a very fast run through of what I call the 6 impact products, because as a PA, it's hard for me to start someone let me try this, let me try that. If you do these 6 things every day for 28 days, there are 6 things I expect to happen. Can't make claims, I've just been doing this 8 years. Weight loss, you're not starving your cells anymore, so you're not hungry and you lose weight. You have energy like you've never had, sleep better than you've ever slept, bowel habits totally normalize. Your mood will improve, but you won't notice it. Everyone around you will. Your pain will greatly decrease, if not totally go away. Those are pretty impressive changes. If you're on medications right now, cholesterol, blood pressure, allergy meds, depressants, and you're looking for a way to improve your life without medications, I encourage you to look seriously at this. Go to purelifechangers.com for more information. We have hours and hours of information on the products. There are doctors talking about the products, testimonies of people who've used the products, studies on the products. It's all whole raw food nutrition. Thanks so much for taking a look. Whoever invited you to take a look at this, again, they don't sell it. They're just telling you about it because they're glad they found out about it. And this is how the company spreads the information, except they compensate people for sharing this with others. So I don't know who told you about Amazon, but the person who told me, I buy something from Amazon every week, and if they had received a commission, a 10% commission off of everything I bought, they'd be making checks weekly. That's how this company works. They don't do billboards, they don't do radio ads, they just compensate the people who are passionate about it, who want to share it with others because their lives have changed. So ask the person who invited you, how did your life change? Why do you love this? And now you know a little bit more about it. Thanks so much for taking a look, you guys. Bye-bye.